You know when you're bombing so bad and we're flipping through the pages and you're like, we got 2 more pages? This is going to be a long set.
Well, then you start thinking, well, I think one of these pages has a good joke in here.
Yes.
Like somewhere in here, there's something.
Yeah, but I did a joke about Rihanna getting beaten up, and I'm like, isn't it ironic that the woman who got beat up is now has a makeup company to cover the bruises? And
Oh, that's fun.
I thought it was a good joke, but they're just like, your mother, we love Rihanna, we love Chris Brown, and we'll beat you up.
Right. Oh, boy.
So we get off stage, and it was one of those bombs where I go, well, we got a story.
Yes.
Which is always a bad bomb.
Right. Well, that's the thing, black woman. That's the thing that's nice about life now is that with the podcast, we've talked about this before, is when things go wrong. Even in the garage today, I was like, well, I got some stuff to talk about.
That's true. We got some Potter.
Black guy that looks terrifying. Yeah.
He had a gurney with him. You see that?
He was dragging something behind him and looked like he had just been beat up, black woman.
Black woman.
This might get old, but that's 3 Bs in a row.
3 Bs in a pod. So we go there, we leave, we go to the improv. Improv, we see some white faces, we do well, we go to Flappers, 3 white women. We go to Flapper, and an Asian.
Okay, no, that's 2 in an Asian.
2 and an Asian. This feels like we're doing a Christmas carol. 2 and an Asian. All right, so we go to Flappers, and it's all old white people. We run it there.
Wow, you're running at Flappers.
Yeah, we were really trying to spread it out.
Wow.
Then we ended at the improv again, did 4 good times, and then we wake up the next day, get breakfast, write all day again. Then we go to the improv. Great. We go to the store, do every room in the store.
Wow.
Adrian Palucci was doing the belly room, so we opened up for her. Then we went to the main room, that's where they should have filmed the thing. That room is magical.
Yes. Not the original room or the main room?
The main room.
The main room with the red and the thing. Yeah.
Sold out.
It was our live pod.
It was banging.
I love that room. I love that whole building. I love all 3 of those rooms. Awesome.
Awesome. I love that club. There's a podcast studio. There's a bar on the roof. There's a back deck. I mean,
you can smoke cigars back there.
It's like a Hamas tunnel. The intricacies, the mazes of it, the levels. It's really incredibly built.
It used to be Ciro's. There's people killed back there. It was just really one of each.
White woman, white black guy.
Yeah, it's just really just a spectacular building.
Yes,
I
it
love
really
that
is.
Place.
I do too. And
just to go back to L.A.
Think the coke that was been done and who Sam Kinison got blown in the basement and Tim Allen built something in the ceiling. And so great place.
Clip it.
So here's the clinker though. We're at the Comedy Store, jumping around from room to room. Dane Cook shows up.
Oh.
And he goes, hey guy, what am I on? I can't do it, Dane. But he's very big. And he comes in, and we're like, oh, there's Dane Cook. And I don't care what you hear, what comes out, what goes up, what goes down. It's still Dane Cook.
Of course.
He's
one of the greats.
One of the greats. One of the biggest one of the first guys to do arenas after Steve Martin.
And still doing huge theaters, by the way.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we were like, we're going next. And he kind of goes, all right. And he wants to go when he shows up. That's Dane Cook.
Of course.
So we bumped Dane Cook, which is weird.
Wow.
So then we get off stage. It goes great. We're really humming with this 10 minutes. And so I'm talking to Sam, and I'm like, we got about 5 minutes before we do our next show at the OR, which is the original room. Mm-hmm. We should give our respects to Dane Cook, because I've never met him.
Right.
So he's sitting in the stairwell looking at his notes, and I go, hey, Mark, big fan. Just want to say sorry we went on in front of you. Good to meet you. And he was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And he was super nice, but you could tell he was like, I appreciate you.
Right.
You're showing some respect.
Okay.
You got to do it sometimes. And then he was like, I just put an hour down. I'm starting a new hour, so I'm going to be a little shaky, and I listen to your stuff. And don't you hate when a comic does this? He's like, dude, I listened to your guys' set. It's getting there. And you're like,
Getting there. We're shooting tomorrow.
I know. You want him to be like, that was killer. Great job.
But you probably had notes. You're reading off paper.
That's
you're
true.
Running from spot to spot. They probably said these guys are running this for TV. So he's just trying to connect with you.
That's true.
Knowing that you're working on it.
Yes.
That's what I feel like is happening.
Yeah, well, Dave Attell, we saw him, and he said the same thing. He goes, I think you're about 70% there. And Sam was like, we shoot tomorrow.
Right.
So that was a bit of a bummer. But, hey, it's above average.
70, C+, C-. whatever. No one wants a plus. Plus size is gross.
Good point. You have a +1?
+1's nice.
That's true.
That's fun.
What else is plus?
Plus, there's the plus system, isn't there? They're on the plus system. I just know that from the Seinfeld.
I don't know plus system.
That's when he's talking about Turkey, Midnight Express. They're on the plus system.
The
Wouldn't
plus
work,
system.
which I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Give that a
and
go.
There's plus
system.
plus play.
Plus shooting plus out of a zit.
Got a lot of plussy.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Plus of stuff.
Hispanic.
And a group of black ladies.
Triple black.
Three blacks all in one. We just hit the jackpot.
Always bet on
The
black.
pot.
Woo! Black Friday.
Chuck, you got something? Plus
system. Worldwide ATM access.
Whoa.
They're on the plus system.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so we leave there and we go to the Improv for one last show. Turns out we were late, so we missed the show, and now it's D-Ray Mondays.
D-Ray. What's that?
D-Ray Davis.
I don't know D-Ray Davis.
D-Ray Davis is a famous black comedian from Wild 'N Out who has a huge following.
Oh, wow.
So it's another urban show.
Okay.
So we get there, and it's like half full. It's super urban. The comics are bombing. The comic on stage before us was like Dave Chappelle and Nutty Professor. Remember that?
One of my favorite scenes ever.
The big hat, like, look at this fat motherfucker.
Right. I mean, when he does the worm, it's one of my favorite things in the history of American cinema. Should I get him?
Yeah. It's so good. But that was the guy on before us. So we're up in the green room, 2 whites.
Those are not whites. Those are Latinos.
2 Latinos. I don't see color. And so we're up in the green room, and I'm looking down the stairs to the stage. And I was like, we've done 4 sets. It shoots tomorrow. It's 11:30 at night. We're wiped. We've been writing all day. We've been running jokes. Let's go the home. And Sam's like, let's get the hell out of here.
God bless you. There is a point of writing to black lady. There is a point of writing too much and running too much.
Completely.
I think.
And you lose the meaning of it. You know, when you say a word
Yes.
over and over, it doesn't. We don't even know what's funny, what's up, what's down. At one point, I pitched Jeff Ross looks like a lesbian, Caitlin Clark Bar, and Sam's like, we got to go to bed.
Clark Park.
Black man.
Yikes. Well, that's why I have a tradition of before every TV taping. I take the night off before. The night before, I take off
that's
and
big.
just kind of chill and just be a regular human because you're like, I got it. I'm going to say all the things. After a while, you're like, these are the words we're saying. That's it.
That's big. So, yeah, good call. Damn, big black guy.
That guy staring in the window.
Oh, gee, took
He's
notes, too. You see that?
Staring right at me. Well, it must be weird when you're just walking up the street and you look and there's just 2 guys with lights and microphones talking to each other.
It looks like a gay casting couch. Like we're about to blow each other.
I would be down for that.
Patreon. So we go, Sam goes, all right, let's get the out of here. I'll get us an Uber. I'm going to go pee. And I go, great. So I'm stealing everything from the green room, as you do, candy bars and snacks and candy and all the shit, water bottles. And in comes up the Dave Chappelle from Nutty Professor. And he goes, oh, I heard you guys are going on the show. Legend. Here we go. Big hand, elaborate handshake. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you guys are next. And I go, we're going to get out of here. And we already got an Uber. And he goes, what? No, I got to see this shit. And I was like, you don't want to see it. It's 2 white guys. He's like, no, this is going to be great. You guys are going to die up there. You got to see this crowd. I'm like, no, we're getting out of here. And he goes, you're going next. And then he showed me a gun. And I said, all right. So I go downstairs, and Sam's like, Uber's in 1 minute. He comes out of the bathroom, and I go, we're going on. And he's like, what? I thought we were leaving. And I'm like, the guy wants us to go on, white guy. And I was like, yeah, we got to go on. He's like counting on us. And he was like, okay, when I say we died, it was death becomes her. It was so bad. I mean, we bombed. They hated us. The scowls, Jerry.
Oh, boy.
So then, this is where it all comes together. We had left on a high note. We could have gotten out of there. We had to go bomb. Sam's furious. I'm defeated. I get off stage, and a guy grabs me with his wife, and he's sitting at a table. He goes, come here. You were on that show. I'm trying to tell you were on some show. And I'm so angry. I just go, yeah, To Catch a Predator. And he goes, that's it.
That's hilarious.
So that was a real
fun.
moment.
That's hilarious.
So then we got in the car and then drove home defeated and went to bed and woke up the next day and did the roast. And that's a whole other chapter.